Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and esteemed laureates, welcome to the 2025 Hugo Ramniceanu Prize Ceremony in Economics. My name is Lidar, and it is an honor to be your Master of Ceremonies for this auspicious occasion. I would now like to invite singer Roni Enoch and Shachar El-Chayani on the piano, both from the Buchman Mehta School of Music, to perform the song Le'amin, Believe, which begins with words that are so relevant to these days. Everything that was here will change from tomorrow. Time will still fix everything that is broken. Roni and Shachar, the stage is yours.
שהיה פה ישתנה ממחר. הזמן עוד יתקן את כל מה שכבר נשבר ונשאר. יש מי ששומר את הטוב לידינו, הוא תמיד מחכה. כל מה שהיה פה ישתנה ממחר אם ננסה. להאמין בלי לדעת, להרגיש בלי לגעת, לדבר עם העיניים גם כשאין לי יותר מה לומר, לשחרר את הרגע, זה טבעי לפחד מהטבע, לחבק חזק בילדיים כל רגע לפני שנגמר. שהיה פה ישתנה ממחר. הזמן עוד יתקן את כל מה שכבר נשבר ונגמר. כל התפילות הניסים בחיינו מתחברים לרגע הזה. כל מה שהיה פה ישתנה ממחר אם ננסה. להרגיש בלי לגעת, לדבר עם העיניים גם כשאין לי יותר מה לומר, לשחרר את הרגע, זה טבעי לפחד מהטבע, לחבק חזק בידיים כל רגע לפני שנגמר. כל מה שהיה פה ישתנה ממחר. הזמן עוד יתקן את כל מה שכבר נשבר ונגמר.
Thank you, Roni and Shachar, and don't go far. We'll hear some more from you later. Now I would like to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed guests. Mrs. Daphna Meitar Nechmad, Chairwoman of the Board of Governors, Professor Ariel Porat, President of Tel Aviv University, Mr. Amos Elad, Vice President of Tel Aviv University, Mrs. Monique Barel, daughter of the late Mr. Ramniceanu, accompanied by her son, Mr. Francis Barel, new president of the French Friends, and Professor François Heilbronn, outgoing president of the French Friends. The entire French Friends delegation and governors from around the world, your presence here today enriches our ceremony and underscores the significance of what we are recognizing here today. And of course, a heartfelt congratulations to our esteemed laureates whose exceptional contributions to the field of economics in these challenging times have earned them this prestigious recognition. Their names will be announced shortly. And as we embark on this ceremony, let us take a moment to reflect on the legacy of Mr. Hugo Ramniceanu, who founded this prize in 1987 and whose vision and dedication continue to inspire us. Mr. Ramniceanu served as president of the Association of French Friends of Tel Aviv University for an impressive 30 years. His foresight envisioned an entrepreneurial Israeli state long before the term startup nation became a reality. It is in his honor, in honor of his legacy, and that of his beloved wife, Valerie, that we gather here today. As we recognize the recipients of the Hugo Ramniceanu Prize in Economics and award the Hugo and Valerie Ramniceanu Scholarship, we honor not only the outstanding achievements of our laureates, but also the enduring spirit of inquiry, collaboration, and progress that defines the field of economics. Further, we also pay tribute to the remarkable resilience displayed by individuals and organizations from Israel's north. Since the October 7th atrocities, residents of the communities of Israel's northern border have not had it easy. They suffered daily Hezbollah attacks of rockets, drones, anti-tank missiles that have caused devastating damage to homes, schools, factories, hospitals, agricultural land, and a range of public services. Over 70,000 were evacuated from their homes, and many have still not moved back as they are not convinced that it is safe. For those who have moved back, life is challenging. There are very few stores, schools, or medical facilities open, and the roads are in a terrible state. Against this backdrop, we are here today to honor two businesses that have managed not only to survive, but to thrive over the past year and a half. I would like to invite Mr. Amos Elad, Vice President of Tel Aviv University, to the podium.
Thank you very much. So I'm not going to speak about the prize, but we also have a very special occasion of the replacement or changing of leadership in the French Friends. So we wrote something very special to our dear Francois. So, dear friends, dear Francois, although you, Francois, are stepping down from your role as president of the French Friends of Tel Aviv University, this is most certainly not a goodbye. It is the celebration of a remarkable chapter, 20 years of dedication, leadership, and deep friendship. Francois, over 2 decades, you have been much more than a president. You have been a driving force behind the growing connection between forces in Israel, France, of course, in Tel Aviv University. A visionary, a builder of bridges, a man of both strategy and heart. Since your first visit to Tel Aviv University in 2003, your commitment has only grown. You became president of the French Friends Association, then vice president of the Board of Governors of the university, and everywhere you went, you brought passion, wisdom, and unwavering belief in the power of education and culture. You forged a strong partnership with some of France's leading institutions, Sciences Po, the Sorbonne, Collège de France, and CNRS, and made sure students and researchers from both countries had the opportunity to meet, exchange, and build together. You gave life an extraordinary academic collaboration, and you never stop pushing forward. But your impact goes far beyond the academic world. You gave voice to the memory of the culture as vice president of the Shoah Memorial, and as an author, speaker, and convener of conferences. You ensured that the Jewish story, its pain, its resilience, the legacy, remains present, meaningful, and thought. You created spaces for difficult conversation on anti-Semitism, on disinformation, on history and identity. You did this with grace, intelligence, and deep respect. You also brought people together through unforgettable culture and philanthropic events, from elegant evening in Hotel de Ville or the Académie des Sciences, to the meaningful encounters like the one with Prince Albert we did in Monaco, really remarkable event. of course, and many others in the campus of Tel Aviv University. With each event, you strengthened the ties between our communities and reminded everyone for the vital role of university plays in shaping the future. And through all of this, you never forgot the students. You have always been their greatest advocate, supporting scholarships, highlighting their needs, and reminding us all behind every project, every donation, every initiative, there is a young person holding to build a better future. Francois, we are here to say thank you for your vision, for your generosity, for your humanity. You've built something extraordinary, and we are honored to continue this journey with you, still by our side, perhaps with a little bit more of time on yourself, but always as a guiding force, a mentor and a dear friend to us all. So no, this is not a farewell. This is a moment of deep gratitude and celebration for all that you have done and all that still lies ahead. With admiration, affection, and appreciation from us all, thank you, Francois.
Thank you to Amos Elad. And I would now like to invite Mr. Francois Helbron, the outgoing president of the French Friends, to the podium.
Dear Daphna, dear Ariel, dear Amos, dear friends, dear French friends of Tel Aviv University, thank you, Amos, for your words. I know it was words from all the community of Tel Aviv University. It's deeply moving for me. And in this last message, as outgoing president of the French Friends, before giving this beautiful place to my friend Francis Barrel, I will give you some testimony of what I've been through for 22 years. 22 years ago, I became vice president of the French Friends of Tel Aviv University. 17 years ago, I succeeded Hugo Ramniceanu as the president of this great association, the French Friends. Hugo was a great and generous founder of our vibrant association. He was also, as you've heard, the founder of this beautiful prize. And Hugo has the confidence to give this presidency to a very young man. Now it's my turn to have the same confidence in a brilliant, committed, and sympathetic young man, my friend, Francis Barrel, vice president of our association for the past year. And let me tell you some things about Francis. Francis is the son of Dr. Monique Barrel and our very dear and late friend, Sylvain Barrel. But Francis is also the grandson of Hugo Ramniceanu. So, and as I'm passing on to him the torch of president of the French Friends of Tel Aviv University, with his grandfather of blessed memory had passed on to me, I feel, as a history buff, that I have ensured a long regency. 17 years of regency in French history is sometimes very long. Some people have said to me kindly, and even at this board, but why leave the presidency so young? Here are 3 reasons. The first one is I became president of our French Friends almost at the same time as Shimon Peres, Barack Obama, and Nicolas Sarkozy became presidents of their country. Before several British prime ministers, having even more Italian prime minister, even before the last 2 popes. And what's even more striking, I became president of the French Friends before Benjamin Netanyahu returned to power in 2009. So you see, it's a very, very long way to go. The second reason is that I don't want to finish my mandate as Franklin Delano Roosevelt, François Mitterrand, Joe Biden, or the late Pope Francis. And the third and most important one, when you're lucky enough in life, in politics, in enterprise, to meet someone younger, in the prime of life, passionate about our cause, ready to engage himself, and completely committed, don't hesitate to pass on the torch. But don't worry. As Amos said, and as I say to Ariel and Daphna, you will continue to see me at Tel Aviv University, but this time without a suit and a tie, but as a simple activist and donor. On this day of handover to my brilliant successor, Francis Barrel, I would quickly like to thank all of those who have accompanied me on this essential mission of raising money to help our brilliant Tel Aviv University grow even further and stronger, to develop its partnerships with the best French universities, and to promote its excellence in my beautiful country, France. First of all, I'd like to thank my dear friend, Daniel Chemoul, Tel Aviv University wonderful Tel Aviv University wonderful Delegate General for France for the past 33 years. So she beat me. Without her dynamism, her creativity, her networks, her intelligence, and her so faithful and caring friendship, nothing would have been possible. I was Daniel's wing flight partner and accomplice, and it was an honor. I would like also to thank our ambassador, because we have an ambassador to Tel Aviv University, Professor Emeritus Ruth Stella Amossi, former Dean of the Department of French Culture, a tireless campaigner and donor. She has made it possible to sign partnerships with top universities in France, such as Sorbonne, Collège de France, Sciences Po, and many others. To our correspondent at Tel Aviv University, brilliant, calm, efficient, and above all, smiling, who organize everything here and solve all problems. With our university formidable administration. My dear friend, Elena Papo. I also like to thank Dr. Stephen Cohen-Wiesenfeld, the editor of all our excellent French language articles on the university's discoveries, which are picked up more and more by the entire French press. I would also like to salute and thank two very dear friends. Our Tel Aviv University Vice President in charge of development, the much-missed Yechiel Ben-Zvi, and his formidable successor, Amos Elad. Thanks to them, our French donors have always been able to rely on. I would also like to thank the great presidents of this university who have given me their unlimited trust, support, and friendship, Professors Itamar Rabinovich, Yossi Klafter, and Ariel Porat. I would like also to thank the presidents of the Board of Governors and the current president of the board, my friend Daphna Metar-Nechmad, who is doing a terrific job, for their complicity and support for the action of these strange and original French friends. I would also like to thank all its rectors, deans, and countless professors who have taught us so much and introduced us to the excellence and the boundless imagination of this campus. It will be impossible to name all of them, but my thoughts are with Professor Nadine Kupertitsur, Talma Lobel, Israel Finkelstein, Eli Barnavi, Yair Bahraim, Ilana Gozes, Ishai Blank, Eran Newman, and Sefi Handler. To conclude, and so not to encroach on this wonderful prize created by my predecessor, Hugo Ramniceanu, with the precious and efficient support of Daniel Chemoul to reward Israel's best entrepreneur, and you are Israel's best entrepreneur, I would like to evoke some very strong memories on this campus. Not only on this campus. The visit of two French presidents, François Hollande and Emmanuel Macron, that of French Prime Minister Manuel Valls, that of Paris Mayor Anne Hidalgo, that of French Economy Minister Bruno Le Maire, that of so many professors from France, from Sciences Po, from the Sorbonne, including its former president, our dear friend, Professor Jean-Robert Pitt, who is with us today. Jean-Robert Pitt was an honorary doctorate from Tel Aviv University. And also I want to salute the honorary president of our association for the last 10 years, our friend Jean-Claude Trichet, the former president of the Banque de France and the European Central Bank, but also our delegation of French friends, professors, journalists, ministers, entrepreneurs, and students. Our scholarship memories, ceremonies, which with incredible, as we've seen again today, and brave students. The inauguration of so many professorships at the university, the inauguration of the University Art Museum, named in the name of Kikoin, of the psychology department floor, to our dear friend Wolf Marmot, and all our Shabbat trips to discover Israel and its members, but also our famous Shabbat dinner at Stella and Jürgen house. It was always the best place to be when we had the Shabbat dinner at home. I'd like to spare a thought for major donors, loyal supporters that since passed away: Hugo and Valérie Ramniceanu, Claire Maratier, Wolf and Hélène Marmot, David and Béatrice Biren, and my parents, Hubert and Gina Elbron. I'd like to end by thanking the executive committee of our French friends, starting with my very, very good friend Marc Haddad, my friend for almost 50 years, when we met in French Zionist youth movements. Marc is a wonderful friend, attentive, efficient, and a very erudite treasurer of our association for the past 15 years. Thank you to all the active and loyal members of our steering committee. You are marvelous. I would like to thank my vice presidents over the years, Dominique Romano, Samuel Gel-Rubin, and my friend Francis Barrel, who, as of today, becomes the new president of the French Friends of Tel Aviv University. Francis, it's your turn to take up the torch of this wonderful association of friends in every sense of the word, in love with Israel and totally devoted to the academic excellence of our beloved Tel Aviv University. Thank you all for these years of friendship, happiness in the service of this admirable institution, Tel Aviv University, in the service of knowledge, humanism, and progress. Thank you.
Thank you to Francois Heilbrunn. And now we would like to invite Mr. Francis Barrel, the new elected president of French Friends.
Dear friends, thank you. Yeah. If you've seen the movie Conclave last year, there is a very Jewish moment in an otherwise very Catholic movie. The moment where Cardinal Lawrence talks about doubt. He says, there is one sin which I have come to fear above all, certainty. Let us pray that God will grant us a pope who doubts. I don't know about the new pope, but doubt is something very important for us, obviously. And so why is this a very Jewish moment in a very Catholic movie? Because it reminded me of a very famous joke. A young man comes in search for advice to see two very different rabbis, for an answer. The problem, of course, is that he gets 3 different opinions. What the joke doesn't tell you is that if the young man were to come back the next day to see the same 2 rabbis, he would probably get 3 new different opinions as well. But what does that tell you about the Jewish people? Why talk about doubt today? Well, we doubt ourselves every single day. We ask questions to ourselves. We never believe there is one single truth, one unique solution, one simple answer, one opinion about an important idea, an important issue. In our current times, when the whole world doubts the right for Israel to exist, what can we really believe in? Well, the good news is that there are a few things that we should never doubt ourselves, what we should never doubt about. We should never doubt that not only do we have the right to exist, but we have the right to thrive. We should never doubt that we have the right and the duty to get our hostages back. And we should never doubt that the University of Tel Aviv has the duty and the privilege to teach the greatest minds of the nation to become the greatest leaders in the country. And I will never doubt about the fact that François, and my grandfather Hugo before him, and my parents since 2008, created a path for me to follow, an example to be inspired by as the new president of the French Friends. But they paved the way for all of us as well, not just myself. And there's one last thing we should never doubt about as well. The role for all of us, friends of the university, but you also governors, you also just alumni of the university and current students as well. Yes, your role is of course to raise money so that the university can thrive, can inspire, and most of all can perform its duty to foster the greatest minds in the nation, if not the world. As university supporters, we know we can always do more, and we know we will always do more. So there's just no doubt about that.
Thank you, Mr. Francis Barrel. And now I would like to invite our musicians, Roni and Shachar, with the song New Day Will Rise. This is what happens when you start with Believe.
You say goodbye, you never go away. You are the rainbow of my sky, my colors in the gray, my only wish upon a star, sunshine in the day, the only song that my piano ever plays. And even if you say goodbye, you'll always be around to lift me up and take me high, keep my feet close to the ground. Are you proud of me tonight? Dreams are coming true. I choose the light, nothing to lose if I lose you. New day will rise, life will go on. Everyone cries, don't cry alone. Darkness will fade, all the pain will go by, but we will stay, even if you say goodbye. Même si tu dis adieu, tu ne partiras jamais. T'es l'arc-en-ciel de mon ciel bleu, mes couleurs dans le gris et mon seul souhait sous un ciel tard, en rayon de ma journée, la seule chanson que mon piano peut jouer. New day will rise, life will go on. Everyone cries, don't cry alone. Darkness will fade, all the pain will go by, even if you say new day will rise, life will go on. Everyone cries, don't cry alone. Darkness will fade, all the pain will go by, but you will stay, the love of my life. Ma'im rabim lo yechabu et ha'ahava u'neharot lo yishtafua. New day will rise. Everyone cries, don't cry alone. Darkness will fade, all the pain will go by, but we will stay, even if you say goodbye. A new day will rise.
Thank you to Roni and Shachar from the Buchman Meta Music Department at Tel Aviv University. And now, I would like to invite Professor Ariel Porat, President of Tel Aviv University, to address the audience and announce the prize winners.
Monique, Frances, Francois, and devoted members of the French Friends, dear prize recipients, friends and guests. This year's Ramniceanu Prize ceremony is a particularly emotional one. We are witnessing the end of an era as Francois concludes 2 decades of outstanding service as president of the French Friends of Tel Aviv University, and Francis takes the lead. So Francois, if you thought that Amos would say good things about you and I would say nothing, I'm going to disappoint you. Well, how to sum up 20 years in one short speech? Francois has been and remains deeply involved with the university in Israel, both through major fundraising efforts and his strong influence in the French Jewish community and in France generally. He has been very generous himself and also opened doors for the university in countless ways. Francois continued a legacy of support of Tel Aviv University, started by his beloved late father, Hugo Hilborn, and his mother, Gina. The elder Hilborn was a prominent French banker and philanthropist involved in literary, cultural, and philanthropic endeavors in France. He served as the president of the Friends of the National Library of France and was cited as a commander in the Order of Arts and Letters. He was also known for his extensive personal library and his passion for literature. Francis, the incoming president of the French Friends, also continues a family tradition begun by his grandfather, Hugo Ramniceanu, after which the prize is named, continuing with Hugo's daughter and Francis' mother, Monique, and the late Sylvain Barrel, and including also Hugo's son, Gerald Ramniceanu. We could not be prouder that the French Friends will now be headed by Francis, who is a talented and multifaceted individual, a financial executive, writer, screenwriter, poet, father, and husband. We have always considered our global Tau friends and supporters as family, but the French Friends have taken this quite literally, and they are an amazing, close, extended family with deep bonds to one another and to the university, in fact, to Israel. Thank you, Francois, and wishing you great success, Francis. And now to our Ramniceanu Prize winners, who add to the moving nature of today's event due to their bravery and steadfastness in the face of a huge crisis. Plasan Sasa is a billion-dollar-a-year Israeli company specializing in the design and manufacture of vehicle armor. The company, which is privately owned by Kibbutz Sasa, operates manufacturing facilities in Israel, France, and the United States, exporting most of its products. Even though the factory was a target for Hezbollah attacks and the kibbutz itself was deserted, the company continued to operate at high capacity. Plasan Sasa contributed to the rehabilitation and expansion of the IDF's operational capabilities and is playing a significant strategic role in advanced armor technologies. Our other winner, Shimoni Michael Metal Industries, was established in 1980 in Moshav Abdon, near Shlomi, in the Western Galilee. The company specializes in providing metal solutions from the design stage to production and provides services to defense, medical, and high-tech companies. it continued its operations even during wartime under missile attacks to meet the needs of Israel's defense industries, such as Rafael, Elbit, and Israel aerospace industries. Today, the company is in the process of building a new factory in Shlomi's new industrial zone, and in this way will continue its important role of providing job opportunities in the north of Israel. To the two companies we are honoring today, I want to congratulate you on winning this prestigious prize. The late Hugo Ramniceanu was a great patriot of Israel and advocate of its economic strength, and I believe that he would have been greatly touched to see the resilience of our industries in challenging times like this. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Porat. And I would now like to invite Mrs. Monique Barrel to the podium.
Distinguished members of Tel Aviv University, Professor Ariel Porat, President, Amos Elad, Vice President, Dr. Daphna Mehtach-Nermad, Chairwoman of the Board of Governors, dear Professor Jean-Robert Pitt, Vice President of the French Academy of Political Science, thank you so much for your faithful friendship and for coming so many oftentimes with us here in Israel. Mr. Ambassador Radu Ionid, Ambassador of Romania to Israel, thank you for taking my invitation and coming to this ceremony. Dear François, Professor Jean-François Elbron, thank you so much for everything you've done for this association until today, and we hope, as everybody said, that you'll continue to be with us. And dear family coming especially from Romania to assist to this ceremony, thank you so much, dear friends. I began to write this speech on the day Yarden Bibas was liberated, hoping so much that today he would have been reunited with his wife, Shiri, and his two children, Kfir and Ariel. Sorry. Sadly, that was not the case. And so it made me realize that this prize is, in fact, not only the mirror of the economy of Israel and the life of Tel Aviv University, but also the life of Eretz Israel. Indeed, this ceremony, my father created in 1987, just before the first Intifada. And for those who remember it, it was in the greenhouse, which has been destroyed now, and on Friday afternoon, after lunch, that my father offered to the guests. And for 25 years, the prize was given to high-ranking Israeli economists, to bankers for important banks, from CEO of important firms. And then when the greenhouse was destroyed, we moved to the amphitheater in the low building, the old building. And my father was also a visionary man because after 1 year after he passed away, in 2009, Israel was called a startup nation. And the first person who received the prize in this amphitheater were the CEO of Waze. After a few years, we moved to this beautiful amphitheater, the Yaglom, which had been built in between, in meanwhile. And then 2020, COVID time, the borders are closed, nobody can come. I was asked to give this prize by Zoom, and I said no, because I had seen so many webinars with technical problems, and which lacks completely the warmth that this prize ceremony had gained, that I said no. But in 2021, I had to say yes. No comment. 2022, vaccine COVID is there, the borders are open, everybody wants to come back and we moved to the Bar Shirar, which is bigger. And guess what? The first prize in this amphitheater is given to a lady which comes from the north, an Arab Israeli lady who sells tehina to all over the world. And that is our answer to those people out of Israel who shout into the streets that Israel is an apartheid country. So then, unfortunately, October 7, the terrible day we'll never forget. So of course, last year, we had to say thank you to the people from Otef Aza for their courage and their resilience, and for having the courage to come back to work for their country after the terrible tragedy they have suffered. So when I received the invitation for this year, and I saw that it was again in this amphitheater and not in Bar Shirar, I understand that, unfortunately, again, not so many people would be able to come. And of course, we, the French group, have always been here, will always been here to say how much we admire your courage and your resilience, how we want to support you, and also to share with you our sympathy, which comes from the Greek to suffer with. Of course, we did not have the same suffering of you here, but unfortunately, we have also our own enemies to fight with outside of Israel. And so, of course, this year, we had to thank the people from the north who, with courage and resilience, continue to work for their country, while their everyday life, they had threatening bombing on their heads, and with so many of them having to leave their residence, refugees, in their own country. So, hopefully, next year we'll be back in Bar Shirar. Hopefully, all the hostage will be back home. Hopefully, because it is Hatikva, which has been and always be our anthem. And with hope, because with Hatikva, we'll be able to go through all these tragedies that we have been for so many generations, Midor Vador, and with hope, because it is with Hatikva that we may say, Am Yisrael Chai. Thank you.
Thank you, and would you please remain on the stage with us? And I would like also to invite Professor Ariel Porat back to the stage. Now I would like to call upon from Plasan Sasa to the stage, Moshe Elazar, the CEO and President of Plasan Sasa, Udi Shani, Chairman of the Board of Directors, and Noam Kishinovsky, Chairman of the Kibbutz Business Committee. This is to witness that on the 22nd day of May 2025, the Hugo Ramniceanu Prize in Economics for 2025 was awarded to Plasan Sasa in recognition of its vital contribution to Israel's economic prosperity and national security as a developer and producer of advanced vehicle protection solutions, which are safeguarding soldiers' lives, its ability to overcome economic crises, and recover toward renewed growth. Its technological innovation capabilities and high-quality products, which have garnered it broad international esteem. Its swift mobilization in providing protective solutions for IDF soldiers during the current war, and in particular, the exceptional resilience and determination demonstrated by its employees and managers in maintaining operations under fire over the past year and a half, even when the factory was directly targeted and many of its employees were evacuated from their homes. I now invite Moshe Elazar, CEO and President of Plasan Sasa, to say a few words on behalf of the organization.
Professors, governors, chairmen, board members, dear guests. It is with deep gratitude that I accept the Hugo Ramniceanu Award on the behalf of Plasan Sasa. I would like to thank Tel Aviv University, the Board of Governors, the Selection Committee, and everyone who made this honor possible. A special thank you to the wonderful team at Plasan and to my colleagues at Kibbutz Sasa. This recognition belongs to all of us. As a graduate of Tel Aviv University, this is a moment is deeply personal. I still remember walking throughout the campus as a young student, unsure of the future, but full of motivation. I never imagined I would come back one day, not for the final exam, but for this humbling honor. Plasan's story began 40 years ago on the northern border of Israel, in Kibbutz Sasa. We are a company born into complexity. We didn't choose an easy path. We were shaped by it. From early days producing armor for the IDF to becoming a global leader in survivability solutions, our mission has remained one: to protect those who protect us. This year, this mission was tested like never before. Under fire, with sirens surrounding us, with people displaced, we did not stop. We adapted, we persisted, we delivered. This is not just resilience, this is identity. And this is why this award means so much for us. Innovation under pressure, excellence under crisis, leadership with purpose. This is not just a recognition of what we have done. This is affirmation of who we are. But I cannot stand here without acknowledging the greater reality of where we are living. Our hearts remain heavy with the pain of families still waiting for their beloved ones to come, to return. I stand here not only as the CEO of Plasan, not only as alumnus, but as Israeli, a father, a citizen, a human being. We will not feel whole until the whole hostages are back. And we must continue to do everything collectively to make that happen. Plasan is committed to Israeli security, its economy, and its future. And we believe that partnership between industry and the academia, like the one that we have with Tel Aviv University, are key to ensuring that the future is strong, smart, and resilient. To receive an award named after Hugo Ramniceanu, a man who understood the power of industry to shape society, is both an honor and a call for action, to continue leading with conviction. Thank you for this meaningful recognition. It enhances our resolve and our hope. Thank you.
And now I invite back to the stage Professor Porat and Mrs. Barel, and I invite Mr. Michael Shimoni, founder and CEO of Shimoni Michael Metal Enterprises, to the stage. This is to witness that on the 22nd of May 2025, the Hugo Ramniceanu Prize in Economics for 2025 was awarded to Shimoni Michael Metal Enterprises in recognition of its 45 years as a developer and manufacturer of advanced metal processing solutions, which serve a broad range of businesses throughout Israel. Its high-quality products and capability for technological innovation, which have propelled it to the forefront of the field. It's standing as a successful, multi-generational family enterprise that strengthens the economy of the Western Galilee and is recognized for its professionalism, superior service, and excellence, and in particular, the resilience and determination of its employees and its managers in maintaining operations and growth throughout the war, despite the considerable challenges and dangers. I now invite Mr. Idan Shimoni, co-CEO of Shimoni Michael Metal Enterprises, to say a few words on behalf of Shimoni Michael Metal Enterprises.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Idan Shimoni. I'm 48 years old, and I'm the oldest son in the family. And I serve as the co-CEO at Shimoni Michael Metal Enterprises. This moment is a great honor not only for me and my family, but for the entire community we represent. First, I would like to express my sincere thanks for choosing our company alongside Plasan as the recipients of Ramniceanu awards. It is a great honor to stand here today and share the work and the challenges we have experienced over the past year and a half. Our company was founded in 1984 by my parents, Michael and Turan Shimoni, as a small metal factory in the village Moshav Avdon, where my siblings and I were born and raised. Over the year, all my brothers and sisters, Ila, Kfir, Rami, and Roy, joined the company and became an integral part of it, each one in his own field. We are a family business. Together, we launched a period of significant growth. We invested in a new sheet metal and mechanical equipments, hired more employees, and improved our professional skills. In 2017, we moved to a large facility in Shlomi, just near the Israeli northern border. That move marked the beginning of our period of acceleration growth. In other words, we transformed from a small workshop to a semi-large factory specializing in manufacturing and complex high-end metal assemblies. Our team includes 75 employees, of which 22% are women. And around 30% come from diverse communities like Christians, Muslims, Druze, Bedouins, and others, people who live side by side in the north, often near the Lebanon border. Since October 7th, we have lived in a difficult, complex, and even dangerous conditions. We found ourselves under continuous threats from rockets and anti-tank fire. Roads were blocked. We were isolated and cut off from the rest of the country. Suppliers were afraid to come to the area. More than half of our team were forced to evacuate their homes. Many of our workers were called up for military reserve duty, including me and my brother Rami. And it was almost impossible to recruit new employees. And yet, despite the danger and the difficulties, we chose to continue. We didn't stop working. We were able to do so thanks to our employees who understood the magnitude of the hour and worked even harder, supporting the war efforts and defending the North economy by that. At the center of our facility stands a bomb shelter, which also served us as a synagogue. Just for you to have some kind of feeling, we run to the bomb shelter around 130 times in an area when there is actually 0 time between the alarm and the rocket falls. During this time, something remarkable happened. Our entire team, people of all religions, would gather there, supporting one each other. It became a powerful symbol of unity, resilience, and hope, a surreal scene, one that only those living in Israel can truly understand. During the war, we continued to invest significantly in top quality and advanced CNC machines. We have expanded our workforce, extended our production lines, and developed new technologies that improve efficiency and place us at the front floor of Israeli industry. And today, due to the increased demand, we are building a second facility next to our current one in Shlomi. We believe that after the dark and difficult days we faced, better ones are coming. Thank you to Tel Aviv University and Ramniceanu Award donors for your recognition. Thanks to our incredible team at Shimoni Michael Metal Enterprises, you are the beating heart of our company. Thanks to our supportive families, and especially to my wife, Efrat, who support my work. I come late every night. And last, my dear parents. For the path you gave us, for the values, for the family, for building a business that supports many families today. I promise you, we will continue this spirit and guide the next generation in the same way. Thank you very much. Am Yisrael Chai.
Thank you, Mr. Shimoni. And now I want to invite for the last time today our talented musical ensemble, Roni and Shachar, with a song that I think all of you will recognize.
Shalom לכולם. Hi everyone. Bonjour tout le monde. Nous chanterons une chanson très connue. Vous pouvez chanter avec nous. You're welcome to sing with us. Ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby. If you need me, call me, no matter where you are, no matter how far. Don't worry, baby, just call my name. I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry, 'cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you. Remember the day I set you free. You told me you can always count on me, baby. From that day on, I made a vow. I'll be there when you want me, some way, somehow. 'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you. 'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you. Ain't no mountain high. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you, Roni and Shachar. Now, I am delighted to invite Professor Jean-Robert Piet, President of the, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, not as beautiful as François and Francis, but Jean-Robert Piet, President of the Geographical Society and President of the Institut de France, Tel Aviv University Doc Honoris Causa, as well as a loyal friend of Tel Aviv University and Israel, to present the Hugo and Valerie Ramniceanu Scholarship, which underscores Hugo Ramniceanu's belief in the pivotal role of students as the core of our nation and its future leaders. Professor.
I didn't know I have to speak, but I'm so happy to be there once more in Tel Aviv University. Their president, their friends, new and former president of the Tel Aviv French Friends. It's also a great pleasure to be with Monique and his son, because I had great memory of Hugo, who was a wonderful first president of Tel Aviv, French France. And in this place, Tel Aviv University, you are so courageous, so wonderful in so terrible circumstances of Israel and all the world, also the Middle East, and we are very, very admirative. You know, you have many friends in France, not enough, but so many, and I am one of your friends.
Yeah. You can remain on stage with us, and I will now invite to the stage Evyatar Segal, a second-year student in economics and management. Thank you very much. And that concludes our award ceremony this morning. Thank you all for attending.